One of the elements we were doing was actually some family constellation work and digging into our entangled roots and how um, our sort of ancestral traumas and things kind of travel down through our DNA. Sat there journaling because I kept saying to myself, I don't know who I need to address any of this information with because I've done a lot of work with my father, and I kept saying, I've done all my work, I've done all that, I've done all that. And then the penny dropped, and I realized that actually I needed to bring in some ancestors that were further down the line. So I needed to bring in my great grandfather, um, and along with a couple of other family relatives that they don't necessarily have to have passed over. They can still be Earthside, if you like. But I was basically going to bring a combination of some family members into this space, and we were energetically going to be working with the energies of these people. And as the whole thing was evolving on that particular day, not only did I notice obviously the big energy shift, but actually the neck pain disappeared. Which was quite bizarre. So I don't know if you know anything about the left and the right sides, but basically your left side is your feminine side of you, and your right side is your masculine side. That was quite interesting, the fact that actually a lot of the way that I show up in the world has been impacted by my paternal side of things, which was quite interesting. So how I show up, lack of confidence, repeating patterns for me. I've done so many repeating patterns in terms of getting involved in a lot of toxic relationships. I felt I needed that need of validation all the time. So I'd seek somebody who I thought would give me that validation, and actually they themselves were actually a very toxic person. So actually it flipped around in a totally different way. And actually what was really interesting was the huge energy shift and the way that I started to show up after I'd done all this work.
What difference have you noted for yourself since you've done that?
Right. Okay. So I 100% certain who I am, what it is that I do, and how I can show up in the world. The confidence levels is just
That's so good, isn't it? And I think that's so much of what a lot of our participants are going to be looking for, is that confidence to release those old messages, to release
mm,
those ancestral lines,
yeah,
and to step into what I'm hearing is like stepping into freedom. And
yeah,
the other bit that I'm really thinking about is that compare and despair, and
mm,
I get that, just, oh, I've got to check out what they're doing. But
yeah.
it's about what you're doing and who we are as people, and just being authentically ourselves
That's
in.
it. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that it's giving myself that, it was giving myself that permission to be me.
Yeah,
I didn't need to go and seek the validation from anybody else.
yeah, fantastic. And I'm going to end it on that, because otherwise we're going to go on for ages. But yeah, we'll chat again. So
Okay, thank
yeah,
you.
thank you. Wonderful. Looking forward to working with you.
Ah, and you too.